too hard, you can just copy and paste. Just copy and paste a sticky note that's there, and we can go from that. Should I add I'll add the link in again, just in case we've added some more people. All right, anybody that's kind of come on at the end and missed me talking about it, we're going to go to a Miro board, and I am going to share it for you, so you'll be able to both see it, hopefully, on the link here, on the screen here. Let's see, go share. Okay, can you see that on the board now? I think you can. I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger. Come on. Come on. There we go. And then I'm going to put you up there so I can still see everyone. And your little, menu bar of photos of people may have moved around your screen somewhere. So just, find it. It'll be floating there somewhere if you still need to, see people. But essentially, you should be able to be on the panel, on the Miro board now, but also see what you're doing on the screen that I'm sharing. Andrew, can you confirm that that's the case, that you can see everything?
I can see everything on the Zoom screen, and I think we've all been given funky names. I, for example, am the visiting drafter.
Right, yeah, you'll get some interesting names, and that's okay. So let's go across to, let's start with the intro, and I'm just going to, for everyone that's new, so you've got some housekeeping. On the left-hand side, your main kind of bar for doing everything. You can swap between either the arrow cursor or the hand cursor. The hand cursor is mostly just to move your board around and kind of up and down and across. And your cursor is to kind of click onto specific things and action stuff. Then the number T, or the letter T, sorry, is just to put in text. That's pretty much it. And then the sticky note is to add sticky notes, because we're going to be writing on sticky notes into this board and onto the different slides that we've got here. Then if you come down to the bottom right-hand corner and you click on this box here, and it says zoom to 100. And at the moment, I'm at 33%. So I'm going to zoom in, right in, and then I'm going to drag the screen so that we're right in there and everyone can see. And hopefully if you're in the Koala Forest room, you can see this, or maybe get up close. So we're here today, and look, thanks for joining us. Kate, who you can see from Galactic Co-operative, wave Kate. That's Kate. She's my colleague. I'm Dr. Kate. That's how we tell each other apart. So we're taking you through a workshop on wellbeing in the workplace and how sustainability interacts with wellbeing, and in particular, a little bit of an intro, if you haven't already been, heard about it, the SDGs, or the Sustainable Development Goals. So the UN, the United Nations Sustainability Development Goals. So going across here, this is what we're doing. We're going to tease out what are some of the things that we would expect a workplace to have in any, reputable and worthwhile wellbeing program. Why we would be doing it, we're going to unpack why that's important, and look at some of the, the things that we should be looking out for, and what we absolutely want to be reducing as far as risk factors. And then we'll talk about how they connect to the SDGs if we have time. So Kate's going to be my timekeeper. So let's move across to slide 1. And okay, that's nice and central. So is everyone over, and I'll bring you across to me, just in case you're struggling. Maybe it's not letting me bring you over, but if you can find slide 1, come over to slide 1. I think that's everyone now. A few stragglers. So what we're doing here is we're going to take about 6 different slides, one after the other. And I'm asking you a question. You get to choose a color. So up in this top right-hand corner of this slide here, Kate and I were playing with it before. So let me just take Kate's name out of it. Although Kate, you could probably take that one because we've got enough to share. So take one of these colored dots up the top right-hand corner, and you're probably going to have to enlarge it, but put in your, choose a color, put in your, your initials, and then hopefully your color of dot will correspond with one of the colors on the post-it notes. They're not quite a match, but work with me on that. Can you close the door, please? Sorry, the family has come home. So hopefully everyone's got a dot, a colored dot, and you've got a corresponding color of sticky note. So yeah, it looks like, oh, beautiful. Everyone's kind of matching. Excellent. So I think everyone's good to go. Yeah. All right. So let's start with our first question. So in your workplace, so Kate, if you want to put on our 3-minute timer, right. In your workplace, what do you think a mentally healthy team looks like? And for help, there's a little example down the bottom there. By no means are they the only examples, but they are just to kind of get you started. So have a think about what are the things that you would expect to see in a mentally healthy team in the workplace.
Would you like us to write that on the sticky note?
Oh, yes, sorry. Write that in the sticky note. Yes, please. So you can expand that, of course. And try and elaborate as much as you can. Because you've got to also remember that all workplaces are very different and all teams are very different. So for many teams, maybe a mentally healthy team might be, a team that is really engaged in a project, but maybe they don't necessarily interact a lot between each other. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It could be that, they're a bit introverted, like some of us, and maybe don't spend a lot of time talking to each other or interacting, but they're working in a different way. It's a bit quieter, maybe a bit more intense, but for them, that's really healthy. But then, there's other teams where maybe it's a team with lots of extroverts, and you can tell that they're not mentally healthy because they're not interacting. They're feeling constrained, or they're feeling limited, and they're not feeling safe enough to, share in whatever way they would like to. Excellent work. And look, shift your, post-it note around that little slide. It doesn't have to, because we've got more post-it notes than we need. And probably get rid of some of them. How are we going for time, Kate?
Might be on mute.
Yep.
Yeah, I worked it out. You've got 30 seconds.
Oof. All right. So last kind of points there. Okay. All right. We good to go? All right, moving down. I'm assuming everyone's finished. Looks like everyone is. Yep. Okay, that's our timer. Okay, so number 2. What values and behaviours would inspire a mentally healthy team? Let's have our timer again, please, Kate. So what values and behaviours would inspire a mentally healthy team? So I'm hoping everyone understands what values means. So things like integrity, safety, what else? Independence. What else, Kate? Think of some values. Brain's a bit tired.
Authenticity.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Authenticity. What else?
I think
kindness.
I think it's everybody's writing, so
yeah, I'm sure they've got it. Thanks, Kate. Andrew, will you keep an eye on, like, if we have any new people coming on?
Yes, I will. I've got
because they all need the link again. Good. How are we off for time, Kate? Cool.
you still got a whole minute.
Oh, keep going, guys. Plenty of time. So there's lots of values and behaviours that would inspire a mentally healthy team. So some behaviours that I can think of would be being inclusive of all abilities, all types of people. What else? What else? I think, you know, one of the behaviours that I certainly would value in all teams is kindness and compassion.
We've got 10 seconds left.
Oof.
Bye.
Oof, that's your time. All right. Okay, so moving on. Where's my mouse? My mouse has decided to go to sleep. Okay, moving on to slide 3. So same. Use your same colour and your same colour sticky note. So the question that we're wanting to ask now is, what situations at work can have a negative impact on mental well-being? So what situations at work can have a negative impact on mental well-being? And there's some examples down the bottom there. Conflict at work, organisational change, tight deadlines, something not going to plan, global pandemics. I think they can have a negative impact. Bushfires, their most recent, you know, major hailstorms. Looking good. That's good. So what situations at work can have a negative impact on mental well-being? How are we off for time, Kate?
It's okay. You've still got 1.5 minutes.
Plenty of time. So please keep going. Don't need to just stay at one. You could add a few situations. And make your note, the sticky note bigger, if that helps. Or do multiple. You don't just have to all put them all into one. Looks good.
Thirty seconds.
Oof. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so let's move on to slide 4. Okay, so once again, same color, same sticky note. What signs might we notice that mean someone is experiencing poor mental health? All right, start that timer again for us, please, Kate. So some of the examples of that would be, this could include changes in your normal behavior. So you might become disengaged on video calls or chat. So you become less chatty or less communicative, if that's, not normal for you. If you're like me and you're a bit of an introvert, you probably don't do a lot of interacting on big Zoom calls. But maybe there's something else, some other indicator that's showing that you're probably not doing so well. Andrew, I've just added a couple more people.
Oh,
that's all right.
Thank you.
It came
I was
up.
getting so into your exercise that I wasn't watching.
That's all right. So people have just joined. Andrew's going to copy or paste rather a link to a Miro board that we're using that you should be able to see in the screen. So please jump in. And when you do, choose one of the coloured ball, dots and sticky notes that haven't been taken already. We're down at slide 4. So just jump in.
Perhaps, Kate, you could zoom out first to show us where we are on the big picture.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Let me do that.
Hang on a minute. We're just about to have our 3 minutes up.
Oh, okay. And what I'll do is bring everyone to me. And I'm going to zoom in for the new people. So we're just going to go, we'll zoom out rather. So give us a shout if you can't find us, but we're on slide 4 and we're about to go to slide 5. Someone's moved the slide around, but that's all right. Okay, so slide 5, I'm going back in. It's right underneath slide 4. And I'm going to gently move us down. Excuse me, I'm just going to shift it so that it's underneath so you can see where it is. Okay, right. Okay, so new people, grab a color dot that hasn't already got a, you might have to go start at slide 1 and see where people haven't put their initials on the dot, and that way you'll know which color is available, and then just put your initials into the dot. And we're just doing that each time as we go on to each slide, just so that everyone knows what color we are. If you've deleted it by accident, just just copy and paste another one and put in a color, whatever color you want. All right, so the question that we're answering now, Kate, are you ready to go with our timer? So we've got 3 minutes. What do you do now as a business that helps to promote good mental health? So in your business, what do you do now that helps to promote good mental health?
So Kate, there was a quick comment there from Michelle who was asking, what do we do if we're not a business? Is this what we envisage from our employers?
Yeah, whether it's, you know, your employers, the business that you own, or, you know, if you're not in work at the moment, think about what would you expect from a business that actions and things that help to promote good mental health. And you can write multiple notes. You just have to make sure you've got it in the color that you've chosen. And that's really just so that you know which one's yours.
I think some people have used different colors, but I really don't think it
doesn't really matter. You just have to remember which one's yours. Yeah, it's not a big deal if you've got different colors, but the problem if you've forgotten them.
Okay, we're at a minute.
Good, lots of examples. All right, that's our 3 minutes. All right, so moving, excuse me, down to, oh, where's my mouse? There it is. Down to slide 6, which is directly below where we've been. And we'll do the same thing. Same color, or whatever color you've got, just as long as you remember it. Okay, Kate, start us off with 3 minutes, please. So the question now is, how does sustainability connect to well-being at work? I'm really going to make a stab in the dark and say that I'm assuming that you all know what sustainability is. If not, do give me a shout out. And some of the examples that could be is, you know, if I'm more productive, if I can be truly me at work, the building I work in is healthy and low carbon, then that makes me happy. But that is by no means the only example. Good. You can write more than one, or you can write them all in one post-it note. However you want to do it, doesn't matter. How are we up for time, Kate?
$20 seconds left.
Ooh, getting good, getting close. Righty. Finish that one. Now we're going to slide up to, or move up to slide 7. So that is right at the top on the on the right-hand side of the board. I'm going to keep going up and up. And here we go. So now what we're going to do is, excuse me, this is where remembering what colour post-it note you are will be helpful. So Kate, can you give us, let's do 3 minutes again.
Mm-hmm.
So your task is, so the question is, in your workplace, what do you think a mentally healthy team looks like? And some people have already started. Excellent. So get your post-it notes that you've already written from slide 2 over there and put them in either what we do as a business, what do we as a business or organization or whatever have control over? And if you have to imagine as a business, that's fine. What can we influence? what issues are beyond our control or influence, and just place them in one of those three categories. So the post-it notes, and if you're new, if you've got some time, just write down, even if it's just one post-it note for the question at number 2, and see if you can put it in one of these categories in slide 7. How are we off for time, Kate?
Yeah, got 50 seconds.
Okay.
Plenty of time.
Oh, someone's added as an arrow. Any more to add? Okay, that's our signal. Okay, let's move down to slide 8. So once again, if you missed out on this earlier part of our workshop, jump on and put in an answer for yourself for in slide, I think 3 next to us here, in your colour of post-it note. And then in one of these categories, answer the question, what values and behaviours would inspire a mentally healthy team? Again, what do we have control over? What can we influence? And what issues are beyond our control or influence as far as that question is concerned? And we've got 3 minutes. Again, please, Kate. And there's a nice example at the bottom of the other slide. Some examples. Think about what you've been doing while working from home. For those of us that have been in lockdown, setting a routine, regular wellbeing catch-ups with your friends or your colleagues, or simply having a clean and tidy workspace, and not getting distracted by work, housework or the laundry, or because that's a downer, surely. And
just to rub it in, you could always live in Perth, which is,
That's so mean, Kate. So mean.
You get to watch the sunset over the beach every night.
Which is, of course, where it's supposed to land, being, born and bred West Australian. I now live in Canberra, where I'm completely landlocked, but we do get to see the sunset over the mountains, which is also pretty nice. There's some really great responses here. What I've been watching and seeing is interesting is there's not many issues that are beyond our control or influence. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. How are we doing for time, Kate?
Got 30 seconds left.
Righty. Oh, there's some eager beavers jumping ahead. That's excellent. Alrighty. Moving on down to slide 9. Slowly go down there. Okay, so once again, same. Using your post-it notes that you put in at slide, I think it was 4. What situations at work can have a negative impact on mental well-being? I'm putting them into those 3 categories. So first one is, what do we have control over? Second is, what can we influence? And the third is, what issues are beyond our control or influence? Oh, and obviously 3 minutes again, please, Kate.
Yeah.
You're onto that, are you? Thanks.
Oh, I've lost you all.
Oh, well, that's no good.
It's okay, I found you all.
Okay, phew. Andrew, we finish at 5:20. Is that, sorry, 4? No, 4?
The next session starts at 4:30.
Yep.
So this doesn't strike me like it's a session for questions. It's more like wrap up, like a summary from you and wrap up.
Yeah, we've got a next steps that I'd really like to be able to jump to.
So push on,
Okay.
Until
yeah, cool.
4:28.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
We could cut this one a little short, maybe, if everybody is like done.
Looks like they might be, yeah.
I think this moving we could do it in a minute, I reckon,
Yeah. All right. Well, if you're almost finished slide 9.
Well, I'll wait until my timer gets to 1 minute left, okay? And then I will have to do the beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, so quickly finish up for slide 9 so that we can move on.
Beep, 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 beep.
All right, thanks, Kate. Okay, so let's move on to slide 10. If you're still working on slide 9, go ahead and do that while we move on. We can do 2 things at once. All right, so slide 10. So once again, same. The post-it notes that you've made over there on the left-hand side of this, on left-hand slide, we want you to, think about how might experiencing poor mental health impact you as an individual and your work. Actually, yeah, we don't need to worry about what you've got on. This is a new one. Just ignore me. So, Kate, how about we give ourselves 2 minutes here? So how might experiencing poor mental health impact you as an individual at work? And then some examples are, you might find it difficult to make decisions. You might struggle to prioritise work tasks, difficulty with concentration, drowsiness, confusion, headaches.
"30 seconds left."
Okay. I'm trying to get rid of this thing. Moving down to slide 11, just directly below. Right. Okay, so once again, this is an individual one. Individually, what needs can we address, or what support can we put in place? You've answered all those other questions previously. So individually, what needs can we address, or what support can we put in place? And examples of that are, more face-to-face or more email contact, a need for quiet reflection time prior to meetings, negotiation on deadlines before they are set, access to a mentor, a high or low energy in the morning or afternoon.
There doesn't seem to be, do people have enough sticky places to put their sticky notes and stuff? Yeah.
If you haven't, just kind of put it around the area. It doesn't. Yeah. And if you need more sticky notes, just copy and paste the ones that you've got.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And then just change the writing. There, and if you want to put it around the slide, that's easy. Also perfectly acceptable.
We've had a question, Kate, about people getting a copy of this when it's complete.
Whoa. I know we've recorded it, haven't we, Andrew?
Yeah.
You certainly have recorded it, yes?
Yeah. You'll have access so you've got the link to the Miro board. You'll have access to that. I'll let you have access to that for, you know, the next week. I don't know how to copy it. I would say maybe do some, what do they call them? Screenshots of each, you know, each one.
So when this session finishes, this board will stay. So you can keep it open and screenshot it.
Yep.
All you like.
As long as you've got the link that let you in, you can come and go as you please. All right. Let's move up really quickly to slide 12, which is way up the top here. Slide 13, sorry. So what we've been talking about up till now is well-being and some of the things that we understand are, you know, things that highlight where businesses and organizations need to improve their policies and their actions internally, so that workers can have a place that they feel safe and that well-being is a priority. And so one of the really, and we're going to go through some next steps now. So obviously putting a well-being policy into place is really important. And generally speaking, a well-being policy would sit under the kind of auspices of a sustainability policy, because it sits under your social, economic and environmental health of the business. And most importantly, you want to write a wellbeing checklist. And there's one further down in this board, I think it was underneath where we were. And make sure that it applies to everything that we've discussed here, but also, you know, other things that maybe we haven't got to yet. And most importantly, make it available as a reference for everyone, and that everyone has also had some ability to, you know, be consulted and to include something on that checklist. And it's really important to assign actions and tasks to individuals. But probably more important than that is find a champion in your business, on your organization, who will take this on as something that they will champion at every opportunity, and make sure that things that you want to happen actually happen. It's also really important to assign someone to give regular updates and reports on progress to either management meetings or committees, or, you know, work groups that you have. And it's really important to have everyone go through a workshop similar to this as regularly as possible. And just to finish off today, let's go back up to the beginning. Well, back up to, here we go. We begin here. So it's slide 1 right at the top of the page. Hopefully everyone can find me up there. I'll bring you to me if you can't. Okay, there we go. So clearly, and hopefully it's obvious, that treating your workers well will minimise some of those psychosocial and physical risk factors at work, and that, you know, it's the right thing to do. And, you know, we'd all like to hope that businesses are doing things ethically, but, you know, clearly it also means that your workplace is happier. And if your people are happier, they're going to be much more productive and they're going to want to come to work. And I think most organisations would like to make sure that their people are happy and that they're avoiding, you know, unnecessary suffering and misery. And more importantly, the thing that we really wanted to get across today is all of these actions that we're taking today and that you might take in your business has an impact on the bottom line. It means that you have a much greater ability to keep your workers well and in work, that you'll have much less, you know, compensation claims or sickness benefits being paid out. And more importantly, your consumers and your investors are getting, you know, increasingly excited and keen to be part of the corporate social responsibility movement, and the UN Sustainable Development Goals that we've talked about before and that were highlighted at the bottom. They're a really good place to start. So I absolutely recommend looking into them. And so Kate and I would like to wish you all well. We are from Galactic Co-operative. And if you haven't heard about us, we are one of the few worker-owned cooperatives in Australia. And we co-founded the Galactic Co-operative with us and Kate's husband, Andre, because we found that we were unimpressed generally with how other people were running their businesses. And we wanted to create a workplace that was ethical, that was fun, that was safe, that we were doing work that we really love to do. And ultimately, that's pretty much what we've created. And now Galactic Co-operative is helping, one of the things that we do is help organisations in the scientific and technology and resources sector to keep maintaining their machines for the life of those machines. And we're doing things like, 3D printing spare parts instead of ordering them from faraway places. So thank you for coming along today. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Andrew and Kate for being my co-wing people and helping me along. I hope you've got something out of this. Gather whatever you need from the slides that we've been working on. Keep coming back to the mirror board as much as you like. Please enjoy the rest of the conference, and thanks for coming along.
Thank you. Thanks, Kate. Thanks, Kate.
Thank you.
Everybody. Well done for navigating a bunch of hurt cats around some technology. That would be terrifying.
Yeah, look, takes some getting used to. I've done it a few times now. I'm getting pretty good. Thank you very much.
Let's clear this room for the next meeting. Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you. And I've lost my mouse. There we go.
Galactic Co-operative, Kate. That's an awesome name.
Thank you.
It is, isn't it? So should I keep this room open or should I close this one? Oh, JP is back there, presumably to host the next one. You're on mute, JP.
You need to stop your recording.
Okay, I'll end it here and I'll hand the room over to you. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.
Thank you.